part forced on.
So what I want to do is start out with one of my favorite linguists here. He's a linguist from Harvard, and he's Gullah Geechee, which is an African American community um, in the islands off of, I believe, North Carolina. Who speak like a distinct dialect that's descended from African dialects. And anyway, the dude is brilliant. One of the things I want you to understand in this class is that linguists look at language descriptively, and when we talk about right and wrong, well, we don't talk it in the same way as the English teacher does. We can, usually with more astuteness and attention to detail than an English teacher can. But we also recognize that dialects are made hegemonic because of colonialism and power relationships, and that all languages, all dialects are good, intact systems with their own complex grammar and everything else. And it's only the judgments against them, like the judgments against them show you more about the judger than they do about the thing they're judging, right? And one of the things that this brother does as a Harvard linguist, he's working at a big institution that has a lot of clout, but in and of himself, his intellect shines through. He just has a little message about this, and then I'm going to get to the curriculum because I just haven't given you an update in a while. Oh.
Wholly or in part forced on your ancestors long ago.
Hold up. I got to just do it again because it just keeps doing this.
These kids, do you speak a language that was wholly or in part forced on your ancestors long ago by colonizers and imperialists whose descendants think that they can correct and even mock you for the way that you speak their language that again was forced on you without acknowledging or being accountable for the brutality that it took to strip your ancestors and subsequently you of your mother tongue, which is perpetuated by their linguicism? Well, kids, don't fall for the okie-doke. Just let them know that you didn't ask to speak their janky language in the first place. Therefore, they don't get to dictate how you speak it in the second place. And if they double down, just tell them, "Cut. Son, you know you can't tell them trying to say nothing like that." My bad. You're right. Take two. And if they double down, just tell them, if you're in your ashy feelings, try shea butter. Don't try me. We out here.
It's kind of like imitating the old public service announcements in the 80s that you used to get. Anyway, I do want to. We've come a lot. I have a couple of things. I'm gonna announce. I'm gonna have open office hours on Wednesdays. I'm sorry, Thursdays. Every Thursday, from 12 to 1. I'll be in a Zoom link. You can just hit me up in Zoom. I'll put the meetings. You should receive them, and they're going to be every week. If you have any questions, whatever, just you can always email me, but I'm going to set that up as a regular thing. We could talk about the week's coursework, or we could, I'm not making any Zoom meetings mandatory. This is my office hours, because the class wasn't synchronous. It wasn't. Everybody's you're taking this class for a reason, right? Anyway, I have those asynchronous office hours. Oh, also, so yeah, Zoom meetings, asynchronous office hours. Asynchronous office hours will lead you to a discussion board where if you have any questions about the class, you can just post them here, and I'll try to get to them as much as possible, as quickly as possible. Okay. But here, like, if there are questions that are not personal that you think that perhaps like other people would benefit from, and that happens with, like, say, once we got to the IPA, right, International Phonetic Alphabet. So I had to make I've ended up making a video explaining how to do the assignment and how it worked. I just saw that y'all commented on it. I didn't know you commented on it. I didn't get a notification, and I feel really bad because I didn't say anything back, and it's a month ago, so I apologize. It didn't pop up in anything. It didn't pop up in any notifications, which isn't cool. Oh, because I didn't subscribe to comments. There we go. Well, I guess I learned something. Anyhow, I just haven't checked in a while, and I'm always thinking about linguistics class. Linguistics is it's kind of one of my favorite classes to teach, and I miss it. And I've just been really busy. I'm teaching dual enrollment for COS or for West Hills, and I'm teaching um, at Avenel High School college classes English 1A and English 3, which is great. But that's a full day, 2 days a week from 8 to 3. And then I got hired at COS, and so I'm teaching in Visalia from 8 to almost 4, 2 days a week as well. And so, and I love both of the colleges, and it's great. But I've been really busy. Um, and so, I check everything, but I didn't get any notifications. So I'll try to go back and say, I don't know, say something else. I apologize. The Kahoot review, yeah, I know there's little bugs in it, in the sense that, like, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's really good in the sense that it is a prep. It has a lot of stuff in it, and it's there. That really has the majority of stuff that you'll have on both the midterm and the final. So please use that. We've covered a lot in linguistics. We've gone from where we didn't know what linguistics even was, some of us, to through some ideas about human language and its history, and animal language and differentiation, and phonetics and phonology and accents and dialects, and oh, by the way, if I ever have an assignment that you feel is like, I don't know, um, uh, you know, uh, your moral sensibilities don't make you feel uncomfortable about that assignment, then just tell me and don't do it. I'm cool with that. I mean, don't get creative with it and say, I'm morally opposed to grammar or something. But um, you know, I do get it. You know what I mean? Um, I just think sometimes, like, cuss words and stuff, like, because of the shock value that the power that the society places in them, that sometimes it makes it more interesting. And you know, when you did your etymology, you could do something like that. Or you could do something, completely having to do with religion and theology, whatever, or atheism. I don't know, whatever. Any words like jar. I don't know. Okay, so here's this traditional versus modern grammar, prescriptivism versus descriptivism. Linguists are should be descriptivists. That's what we're supposed to be, not prescriptivists. We don't act like your grammar Nazi English teacher. You know, we shouldn't. Um, we should be able to realize that the beauty in languages and respect it, and dialects and everything else. And so, yeah. So grammar, I didn't really ask for a lot. I mean, I kind of I exposed you to a lot for the different videos, but I kind of just asked you to identify parts of speech, because for a lot of people, you'll be doing that whether you're teaching elementary school or you're teaching high school if you're an English teacher. Um, and it's usually been a long time since you've identified, parts of speech and some basic grammar stuff. Morphology, etymology, or word roots and derivation. Some stuff that is really history of English, history of all languages. All languages have that. That's really dope. Computational linguistics, I just have one little video. It's not really in the textbook that I initially started out with. I'm not putting almost anything into it. Maybe I'll add some stuff later. If people are interested in that, in linguistics, it is something where you can actually get a job. You usually have to know at least one coding language. No, you do. Every time that I've seen a job, it has that. Okay, semantics and pragmatics, meaning, and then so semantics is like the meaning behind what you say, the real meaning, making meaning. Well, pragmatics is like, what did you really say that for? What's practically meant by what you said, even if you said something else. So again, I have a link for this. This is weird. It's extra credit, but it's really kind of this idea. You know, I mean, it's not a new thing. We've had since the run up for the election to Obama, we've had a resurgence in white supremacist ideas and their vocalization and white supremacist activism. And they used to call it dog whistle politics, but it's not dog whistle politics anymore. It's just racist politics. And we're seeing that now with Republicans saying how all of them kind of in August 31st saying that when they posed the questions about the Fox News host, they would invade Mexico, right? Special forces or missile strikes against the cartels that are selling fentanyl. I mean, the thing is, if you're older than, I don't know, 6, you should understand that you don't do a military strike that just hits the bad guys. It just doesn't exist. And this is grandstanding for a certain part of the population, and it contributes really to racist ideas about Latinos in general and Mexicans specifically. And there have been, build the wall, all those other things. It is important, that's why I include things like the thing about, undocumented versus illegal and all these other kind of things, because we're going to see a resurgence of kind of racist ideas and vocalization in the next year. And Steve King, he's out of Congress now, but he was somebody who talked about, like, by 2100, Latinos will be the biggest. They'll be the majority. White people will be the minority, and some white people don't like that. And there's, great replacement theory, right? Anyway, great replacement theory. It's a white supremacist idea in Europe as well as here, that white supremacists don't want other ethnicities to replace them, right? So when he's saying somebody else's babies, it's not really just American white supremacists who are thinking about that. You can't save your civilization with somebody else's babies. They have to be white babies, no matter the fact that everything here is predicated upon the genocide of indigenous people. But anyway, it's good extra credit. You don't have to do it. But, okay, midterm. I do have a video that reviews for the midterm. It is really, really good. You can try doing it without it. It really covers everything, and it is basically a cheat video. The midterm opens the 15th, or the 5th. Sorry, not the 15th. The 5th, which is Thursday, same day that we'll have the Zoom meetings, and it doesn't close till the 15th. So you have a really long time to take the midterm. You can take it more than once. Please get a great grade and do great. Discourse analysis, critical discourse analysis. This is a long, critical discourse analysis is a long video. If you're interested in language and power, that's where you get kind of some ideas about that from a linguistics point of view. I want good notes on critical discourse analysis. Then we have language in the brain, week 10, psycholinguistics, neurolinguistics, first language acquisition, second language acquisition, sociolinguistics, which is almost unlimited. This is illegal versus undocumented language and violence. Then we have language families, history of writing, and then preserving endangered languages, and some things on indigenous genocide and things like that, with the final opening the 14th. So there's my preview. Main thing, kind of, just want to catch you up, encourage you, study for the midterm. Everything that's on the midterm will be on the final. There'll just be more on the final. All right, well, I just want to touch bases. Sorry if it ran a little bit too long. I would highly recommend starting to follow some social media that have to do with linguistics. I mean, it's such a rich area of study and of great benefit. And I'll put the link in the announcement with this video. All right, take care.